Hi, and welcome to the first introduction video of our upcoming game, Trackday Manager. Trackday Manager is a game where you as a player take control over a race car team. You will run the day-to-day business of the team, and unlike any other game out there, you'll be giving commands to your driver during races, as well as planning the pit stops and what your pit crew and engineers will be doing. In this video, we'll be going through a track day and showing what you as a player actually do when your team is racing. When you start a race search, you are queued up in a matchmaking system that searches for opponents for you to compete against. The system takes into account your experience and tries to match you with other players of similar experience. Whilst in the matchmaking screen, you are presented with information about the track like layouts and records, as well as current weather and forecast for the upcoming race. You also have the option of selecting the car you want to use and deciding the type of tyres and amount of fuel you will start with. This is the race HUD, and it contains all the necessary information and buttons you need to successfully guide your team to victory. First off is the race position overview. This shows each team's position and race times and is updated in real time. It can also function as a selection view to display information about each car in the race. If you left-click a team, that team's information window will be displayed. Right-clicking displays the team name above the car. These actions are toggleable, so to turn them off, you left or right-click the same team name again. You can also get the same actions by clicking on the car, left-click for Team Information window, and right-click for Name. The Team Information window is movable and will display several bits of information, including fuel left, tyre wear, and current action of the driver. There's also a small toggle button that allows you to move the camera from your car to the target team's car and back again. The Team Information window is an excellent way of keeping track of your opponents and plotting your tactics based on their actions and information. Down in the bottom right corner you'll find the minimap, showing all the competing cars' positions on the track. All the cars are shown as white dots except yourself as an orange dot and the leader as a red dot. If you happen to be leading, it will be a mix of those two colours. Below the minimap is your current lap time, best lap time so far in the race, and the total time since the race began. And displayed at the very bottom is the current weather and the forecast. This is an important feature to keep your eye on every now and then, as a change in weather can be pretty sudden in track day. In the top right corner of your screen is your current lap and position, displayed for easier viewing. And to the right side of the screen you find the pit planner. This is a powerful tool that allows you to plan in detail what you want your next pit stop actions to contain. You choose which parts to repair and in which order, how much fuel to refill, what kind of tyres to change, or to choose not to change any tyres at all. The estimated time for each action is displayed at the bottom, with an estimate on the total time as well. The small icons to the left of the window are viewable when the window is closed and give a condensed overview of the actions you have set up for your next pit. And now, over to the action bar at the bottom of the screen. First and second are the commands to overtake another car. You have overtake left and overtake right, giving you a choice of which side you want your driver to attempt to pass the car in front of you. Then you have the overload command. This will order your driver to run the engine heavily into the red area of the RPM meter whilst boosting its power. This is a toggle, and when active the temperature of the engine rises fast, with a chance to overheat the engine. The block action sends an order to your driver to try to obstruct the closest car behind, within the rules of racing of course. It's often a good way to counter an overtake or just slowing down the pace of the cars behind. Now when you get close enough to a car in front, you'll get the option to tail that car. If successful, your driver will position your car right on the rear bumper of the car in front and you'll slipstream, saving fuel as well as having a really good opportunity to overtake. KERS, which is short for Kinetic Energy Recovery System, is something only found on a few of the higher cost street cars today, as it's an expensive system and mostly used in Formula 1. However, each car in Trackday has KERS, which is a system that stores energy from applying brakes, and it can be unleashed to enhance the torque of the car in short stints, giving it a boost. The KERS bar is filled up after each lap, and is the only way for the player to have direct influence over the car by boosting its speed and acceleration. Using it depletes the KERS bar. ECU is short for Engine Control Unit and is a small chip present on almost all cars today controlling the flow of fuel to the engine. In Trackday Manager, you can control the ECU mapping, switching between two states at your leisure. One state gives more power to the engine but uses more fuel to do so, whilst the other setting is the standard setting, which uses less fuel but also gives the engine a little less punch. The pit stop is where races are truly decided. Decent planning and execution is very important during track day. You have to activate the pit stop button to give the order for the driver to pit at the end of the current lap. If activated too close to the pit entrance, the driver will have to drive an extra lap before being able to pit, so be sure to give this command well in advance. Once in the pit, you'll be presented with a pit stop layout, where you see your crew in action performing the tasks you already decided in advance by using the pit planner we talked about earlier. By clicking the Go button, you can cancel all upcoming actions and leave the pit, but the current actions of the pit crew have to be finished first. So, if your crew has already started to change the tyres, they will need to finish before you're allowed to leave. Your crew also gains experience and becomes better at their job over time. It's up to you as the player to oversee this improvement process. Thanks for watching our first introduction video of Trackday Manager, and stay tuned for more videos in the future.